What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fellowship of the Sombrero. Good to see you all here, which I believe is just Squirt Brat and Fish Cake at the moment. Still great to see both of y'all. um, but yeah, we got lots of news tonight, and we have an awesome guest with us tonight. So without any further ado, let me make sure I unmute them for once. Good, now you're unmuted.
Hey
Fantastic.
everybody, welcome Foil.
Hi. Glad to be
Hi.
here with you guys.
You
Thanks
know
for coming
what?
on.
I really appreciate this time because it's almost like we need to schedule in time to hang out with people, and I feel like we wouldn't have been having a conversation with Foil right now or this week if we hadn't scheduled the show in.
Absolutely.
Magic of scheduling.
It's
Yeah,
kind of like
so
being an adult now. You got to schedule all your hangouts with your friends.
Right? Have my people
it's,
call your people. We'll
Yeah.
set something up.
yeah, I need people.
Yeah, I wish I had people to do that. What's up,
Right?
Adam? Good to see you tonight.
Oh, Adam Hugapug, what is good? Hello, fam. Hello, Foxhole fam. What is good with you guys?
Hello on D Live, and if anybody's over there on YouTube, what is up?
Oh, you're live on YouTube as well.
Maybe. I mean, I might have gotten kicked. I don't know, but
Say, I will watch my mouth, right?
oh, you're
No,
good. I'm
we
not
don't.
worried about it.
We don't.
We don't
I
care about YouTube. We just have it as an option.
Right? For now.
Yeah.
That's why I keep telling myself, like any time, YouTube is gonna come for the rest of my channel.
Yeah. So, Loyal, I don't think you really need to tell anybody about yourself, but tell people about yourself.
Uh, I do. I co-host Space Force News every Sunday with Alara from 1 Foot and 5D. We also co-host Conspiracy Couch together, and then I have my own channel on D Live, YouTube, Foxhole, and Twitch, and of course The Rockfin, where I try to address just the general insanity of the world. It is a tall order. Um, I do. I like to look at power structures because I think they're all corrupt. I don't
Ooh.
trust any of it. Hence my perpetual tinfoil hat. I trust none of this. These shenanigans they give us. So I try to break that down, and I've been doing some crazy live streams. I like to do a little woo here and there. Get
Oh,
a
I
little
love
into
your
the woo
woo.
woo.
You have the best woo. And when you and Alara get into the woo, it is just the best.
Now, I
Oh,
must
you
be
know I'm a
Nothing
missing
can
out
beat
on
fan.
it.
this. What is the woo?
Oh, the woo woo. The woo woo stuff, the out
You know
there
the woo
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Like I like to address
You kids and your
politics and
slang.
the yeah, I'll talk about government structures and whatnot, but you also might find me talking about DARPA mind control or maybe some alien invasions or possibly even just
Dragons.
dragons or
Dragons.
yeah, raising our vibration to change the world. You never know. It's a little woo.
Man, this is gonna
Yeah.
be a fun show. You'll fit right in with our craziness. We got lots of news to go through. Some of it is a little bit out there, I guess, woo-woo news. Now I want to
What's
go
out
change
there?
that.
Yeah, there's one thing that's a bit out there, but
Right?
it's such a fun thing. Well, but we never know. We decided with Foil that she can basically talk about anything because she's wicked smart and she's well read and she has an awesome show. If you haven't seen it, it really dives deep into some of this stuff. So we concluded that we can talk about just about anything. So we don't know where this conversation will go. We have a structure in place, sort of, kind of, but this could go anywhere, and
Yeah,
we're
Never
the
good with
can
that.
structure's kind
tell.
of a fallback just in case, but we might do two news things and be like, all right, well, let's just freestyle it.
Let's
Right?
freestyle it.
I always end up way to the left of wherever I started, just swooped right off the path. I don't know where I'm going. We don't know, but we'll get there and it's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. So, on that note, speaking of topics and the first up, because I know that we're going to talk about everything for a bit, let's talk audits.
Okay, you want me to roll it?
Roll it.
Well, there's nothing to roll. It just pops up.
Such a goofball. But there are a couple of things to roll, but that comes later. So, the first one is this tweet from Bernard Carrick. Breaking election 2020, huge victory. Judge names members of Fulton election board in lawsuit. ballot audit will proceed. Now, my understanding is that they have hired criminal defense lawyers. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, that was a while ago. They went in, and everyone's like, nothing to see here, just them lawyering up with criminal defense lawyers.
Yeah.
So,
So
what I want to know about this, though, is now with Biden wanting to sue Georgia, what about all this stuff with the judges getting involved and stuff? Are they not barred? I mean, they have to be. They're judges.
What do you mean barred?
Well, they are on the. They have their bar.
On the bar.
Yeah. Well, they're on the fence. Some of them.
wait, I'm confused. What are you talking about
That's okay.
when
You
you say
stay
barred?
confused. Uh, so they passed their bar, which means they got their law degree and
Right.
everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, Biden trying to mess with independent state judiciary will create more of a problem than he realizes.
Yeah.
You know, this is not a good path. This is not a good path. I mean, and it's funny because they keep saying like, hey, we're not trying to undo the election. We just want to make sure this doesn't happen again. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're not going to mess with you. Just let us proceed. Right. But I mean, I think it clearly shows that there's a high degree of concern by the Biden administration that they're taking these unprecedented and ridiculous actions
So
for
didn't
something
you
they
find
claim
it?
has no holding or no merit.
Did you find it interesting though that he decided to sue Georgia and not Arizona?
Well,
Did
it seems that he has a greater deal of control over what's going on in Georgia than he has over what's going on in
Exactly.
Arizona.
well they have
Exactly.
Crimea River Abrams down there.
I mean, he's got a lot of support in Georgia that they recently fraudulently put there.
Yeah.
You know,
And I wonder if a bunch of people called him up and said, you told us that when you became president that we were going to be clean and free and clear. What is happening? You better fix this mess and fix it now. And he's going to take action. Whereas in Arizona, the people who decided to step in and be corrupt were so low level, they're just letting it go because Arizona is just loud and clear right now.
Well, they also told them if you send someone here, we have a jail cell for you. So that helps.
And Georgia didn't. They just need to Georgia's a mess.
Yeah, it's mostly Atlanta, and that's where this happened, DeKalb County and Fulton. And I'm kind of concerned that they're not going after DeKalb more, because that's where they were counting all those ballots in the dome.
Yeah.
So,
one major area at a time.
Yeah, U.S. Anon, the tap at the bar. That's what we're talking about. Good to see you, brother.
So then moving on to the next one, which was, kind of nice because there is some good news. There are a couple of good things here. Arizona House on a 31-29 vote just passed SB 1241 requiring signature verification for all ballots. So Arizona is not just doing their audits, they also, I think they were one of the ones who just cleaned up their voter rolls, right?
Yeah, well, the state legislature in Arizona is on board with this, and then that's another great difference between Arizona and Georgia. It really is going to fall on the state legislatures to step up, make a stand, and make the changes that are necessary to prevent this kind of shenanigans from happening in the next election or any elections in the future. The signature verification is great, and the fact that they're planning on calling it what it is, fraud, if it happens, that's great too. Like we need to see that rolled out in more states. And they've had 20 representatives from 20 different states come in to see what's going on in Arizona. Don't think these people aren't taking notes. It's going to be up to the state legislature to push these methods through. And then we've got the issue of them trying to federalize elections, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
To take the power from the state. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But, that's
because
the simple-minded left knuckle draggers that basically just think that, they said for the people, so it's got to be good. They don't read anything.
Yeah, for the people.
And I think the pressure too is they're seeing we the people step up. I just want to say a quick hi to JBal and AP9889. Thanks for coming by. But yeah, so I think they see we the people stepping up and it's freaking them out. And now the only thing that they know how to do and they can do is to come in by force. So they want federal control.
Of course. That's always their answer.
Yeah.
Federalize it. We need more, more, always with that, more surveillance, more monitoring, more restrictions, more regulation, all at the auspices of the federal government. Less control by the states, because the states are influenced by their, by their demographics and by their constituencies
By how many
and
dead voters they
yeah,
have.
right.
And
We
that's
can't
not
have
just a
that.
US problem, right? That's a global problem. That's
Yeah.
happening globally.
Well, I mean, it's forced. I mean, look at what they did over in the EU to get all the destabilization going and all this left wing movement. Well, actually, isn't over there considered the right wing? It's like all backwards or something like that. I don't remember. I know someone was
Most of the
talking about
time.
that some places, but yeah, what they did is they destabilized the Middle East and then sent all these refugees up there, and now they're all basically uh, terror zones like what New York is and stuff. And what do you see them doing here? It's the same playbook.
Yeah, that's what you get with open borders,
But
with no
if you go to
restrictions.
the next tweet, Gino, what I found interesting though was we were talking about in the state level, Arizona is on board. What I found interesting was that Pennsylvania just passed HB 1300 requiring voter ID and signature verifications for all ballots. So they're getting on board too. And they were one of the 20
Yeah,
state delegations. I will get to it. One of the 20 state delegations that went down to Arizona to look at how the forensic audit was done.
it's one of these
So
days that I'm wishing that I was still friends with my sisters on Facebook because they both live there and they're both liberal as anything. So I want to see them freak out.
Oh, there will be a freak out depending on what
Oh,
happens here.
oh, there will be. I told you so.
oh, oh yes, I'm past that graciousness. I will continue to pray and I will do my best to exude grace, but I am so not feeling graceful right now. I am telling you. Like if everything went down today, I am not in the mindset of saying
I'll
I'm
be
not saying I
nice.
told you so.
I'll be as nice as I can. Hey, Rebel Fire, good to see you. Hit me up. I want to know about that oceanfront property in Arizona you got.
Oh, that sounds promising.
Oceanfront
Also,
property.
over in Foxhole, I know there's a lot of people that I haven't said hello to. I don't know all of you, but I'm happy to see y'all here. It's awesome to see you.
Yeah, guys, thanks for coming. So if you go to the next one, we've got this one. It's all in caps and rightfully so. You are not going to believe this. The defense admits cheating in Georgia and will never do it again if the judge stops the audit.
Oh, good to know,
It's,
guys.
how is that a defense?
Sounds like an admission.
Hashtag 2021 law. Like,
Yeah.
just
Why is this so
nothing.
hard to do?
Well, this is where they're specifying. Like, listen, guys, like we're not we're not trying to come after the 2020 results. We just want to make sure this doesn't happen again. Yeah, and the and the defense is going, yeah, okay, listen, I'm not arguing. We shouldn't be counting counterfeit ballots. It'll never happen again. Like,
This is OJ's book all over. I didn't, but had I done it.
right. That exactly. And the fact that we're even having this conversation is absurd.
Yeah. I mean,
It is absurd.
I do think things are moving in the right direction. It's slow. There's going to be a lot of pushback. It's going to sound bad, but we've seen that before, and a lot of it gets knocked down. So, whatever they say they're going to do, don't freak out. Just get more involved. If it's your state that they're trying to sue, definitely call them up.
Yeah.
It all depends on local involvement. Like I say it on my channel all the time. Actual change is never top down. This has to be something organic from the bottom up. You have to get involved with school boards and parent associations and church associations, and you have to get a hold of your state representatives or run for state representative or just form these alternative community organizations, because that's what it is. They're trying to push this, free speech is approved speech.
I'm so glad you
Real
said
news
that
is
because
approved news. Like,
if I wanted to bring this up, and we'll watch a video from, well, no, that's a different video, but there was a video from General Flynn talking about the American Project. And for those of you who haven't gone to americanproject.org, You can sign up to be a member of it, and you can donate to it if you want. And their tagline is the American Project Toward a Reimagined Communitarian Conservatism. And it's all about renewing localism so it's all about grassroots and people stepping in, exactly what Foyle said. Method says the same thing constantly as well. It has to be we the people, it has to be us getting involved in every level. And if you do what you can. Everybody's really busy, but do one thing. And if that one thing is getting on Twitter and retweeting one post, then you've done something, but do
Yeah.
something.
Just so y'all know, that's exactly how I started out. I didn't know any of these people. I was an echo chamber. I tweeted that stuff, and I would take all that stuff and I would throw it on my personal Facebook account. And I mean, even with the Q stuff, the way I disseminated that out there is I never once mentioned Q, but I put out only the facts that you couldn't deny. So in reality, all the people that started following me on Facebook, like there's a lot of people I've never even met before that just started picking up and watching everything I post. Uh, they got red pilled from the Q drops, and they have no idea. They might watch the news and think that QAnon people are all just crazy people, but they have no idea they actually are those people.
So do you remember when Q posted all the HCQ studies that were successful?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that?
Oh, I sent them everywhere.
So I have a doctor friend who was arguing with a lot of other doctors on Facebook about HCQ. He wasn't a Trump supporter. He just thought HCQ was the way to go based on the facts he was seeing, based on the science, based on the clinical data. He believed in HCQ, but he was fighting all these people. So I took that whole file and I sent it to him.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is amazing. Where did you get it from? I'm like, I'm not sure. Enjoy.
Yeah. Let me tell you about all this now.
Right.
No.
I mean, the information has always been out there. It's like I said, I mean, they determined, and I work as a fact checker, I mean,
We all
that's
do.
literally it's literally my day job,
Yeah.
right?
Scope stock.
Right.
I got kicked
you
off of
know,
Facebook because of Foyle. Now I know who I'm going to
it,
complain
well, trust me, it wasn't because like
to.
I am there. I just hope that there are more like me out there. I mean, now don't get me wrong. If there's some shenanigans, I'm gonna call it. I don't care who said it, but truth is truth.
Yeah.
You know,
And I
but
think
the
in all
information has
these
been out there.
in all these bodies that we've come to hate, there are people who are good people, and we need them there. We need them there.
Yeah.
Because one day they're going to step up because they were on Foxhole or because they saw something on Facebook, and that little voice in them that's been bugging them, it's going to become louder and louder, and they're going to step up and start doing something. And we need people in everything doing something.
That's why community organizations are so important. There are a lot of people out there that are frustrated, but they have no idea what they can do. If we have to form, since they want to push this mandated monoculture, right, which is what they're giving us, we have to step outside of that mandated monoculture and form strong subcultures that will attract other frustrated people, and eventually those cultures grow and become the primary source, something that can stand on its own against the monoculture.
Absolutely. And when you see those people starting to slip that way, like I got invited to groups that were like, they were all over the place with conspiracies and stuff that we've already disproven. It's all for conservative reasons, but it's not true, Uh, slowly push
Yes.
them in the right direction. If you try and shock them into it, people shut down too easily. So I found that it's easily like, well, show them that that's false. Show them like how it's false. Then show them the right thing. Like slowly build them into that. And then I got like 10 more people that came to Foxhole just the other week because I just got to the point where they were ready to actually see our world. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll engage with anybody. I literally anybody. I don't care. Like if you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. Liberal, conservative,
No, but a
tinfoil hat.
conversation, Foyle, not a conversation that ends like this, which happens with a fair few of my liberal friends. Well, I just
But
don't
it
like
does
Trump.
happen.
Well, I just don't like Trump.
Yeah. I had one that
Oh,
was straight up. That's all she knew. It was like parroting that and like Trump this, Trump that. It's like, all right, prove it to me. Well, I
Yeah,
already
so
told
don't
you about it. No, you didn't
or
prove it though.
don't address Trump.
Yeah.
There are other things you can find common ground with.
It's the same
You
people
know,
that said, "Who cares? Hillary's not in office." It's like, all right, well, Trump's not in office now. Why are you still talking about him
right. Yeah, exactly. But they can't, I was the what's happening thing on Twitter. This is how much they need Trump. They literally
then?
created a category that said under what's happening, they created a category that said everything Trump.
Yeah.
I
Perfect.
I hadn't seen that. Right, that's ridiculous.
I just
Yeah,
started
well, I
laughing.
can imagine what's in there, seeing as how they just love kicking any kind of Trump supporter off of Twitter in the first place. That's got to be a horrible category to follow with nothing entertaining in it at all.
Well,
Speaking of Twitter, I rolled on to the next one. I'm gonna read it real quick, then we can
yep,
continue in any direction. So this is
sounds good.
MSNBC's Chris Hayes called for the jailing of those who continue to question the 2020 election results. Screw you, dude. I got free speech. Come say it to me. I'll talk to you.
I think this goes back to what Foyle was saying about, them just coming down with force. It all comes back to them trying to come down with force.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen, these people are not going to walk away. Like, they're not going to be just like, oh, you guys got us. It's over now. All right, we give up. No.
Who
I mean,
screams the loudest?
man, I mean, this isn't the only guy that's gone on some national media stream talking about jailing people that they don't agree with. Like, this is happening very, very frequently. It's happening. It's happening even when we don't see it. It's happening in the military. It's happening within the government itself. Like, this is insane. I mean, this is its
Well,
own form of insanity.
which only tells me that they're worried. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're scared, but they're at least worried.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of these people that are saying these things probably are true believers. And true believers are the hardest ones to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, there's almost nothing you could say that would ever phase any of what they consider their core beliefs, right? So there's going to have to be an alternative way of addressing that. The important thing right now is to reach out to the fence sitters, the independent people, the people that are moderate but they're afraid to speak up. Those are the people we need to reach, because the true believer types, those are the ones that are going to be pushing to jail all of these domestic terrorists that suddenly we've all been deemed, or like like
Yeah.
this, jailing people that question what. I question everything. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who said it or what it is. I probably have a question about it.
See, now
Like,
I
that's
question him for saying that.
I definitely question that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that
mean,
guy, I mean,
you
he
put yourself
just,
under the spotlight when you do that, and
You
I
know,
mean, that
Rasmussen has come out with some pretty good stuff lately. I have been impressed with the things that Rasmussen has been polling on.
they were the ones that did the poll that was actually accurate, wasn't it?
Well, it was
on
more
several
accurate.
occasions.
Yeah, yeah. I've been
On
impressed
several
with that.
occasions.
Okay,
When
so go ahead.
I do my videos, a lot of people will come at me and say, hey, oh, you're quoting from a CNN article. Listen, like I said, I work as a fact checker. I will take mainstream sources and use their own words to make my point, you
100%.
know, instead
Yep.
of reaching out for things that they're going to claim are obviously biased. I'll use your article.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way you do it too. I love that argument. I always be like, well, you just get everything from Fox News and you believe everything. It's like, and I don't know how many times I've been told, well, you never hear me out and listen to my side of it. It's like, no, actually, I do. What you're doing is spewing things that I was already debunking 2 weeks ago. I'm tired of it. You think I don't see your side when it's shoved in my face every single day? No, I see all the stuff you're talking about. I know the articles you got that from. My sister once used the line from the mouth of the babes. It's like, I saw that on CNN too. It's
Right.
like these people think that we just shut out everything when we're the ones that we're critical of Fox News even. So
You
So,
should be.
yeah.
well, I don't trust Fox News. God knows. Oof. Um, Gino, so you can skip the next one since the next one is just talking about 20 state delegations visiting Arizona. We already mentioned that.
Okay.
and then we can go straight into that General Flynn video because that was kind of cool.
Is this? Well, I have Teresa 2.0. If you want
Yeah,
the
that's it.
okay,
Yeah.
Do you want to just play it?
Yeah, play it, please.
Trump did win, and the remedy is to install him in some way or the other, either through another election or runoff, or perhaps the Supreme Court says, plunk, you're back in. Why not we make you vice president, General Flynn?
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
Seconded.
I mean, let's give him something to talk about, for goodness sakes. Come on, who's with
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, first of all, what should happen if we find out that there are a sufficient number of electoral votes that are reversed because proper audits are done, and Trump now has over 270, right? Then you reinstate the guy, and you get rid of the guy that's there. Now everybody's going to go, oh, this is unconstitutional. Bullshit. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That is not the case. Hey, there have been people, at different levels in different political offices that have been taken out, and the rightfully elected person has been put in. So that is unprecedented at the presidential level, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen or that it cannot happen. So if that's why they don't want these audits to happen. So that's number one. Number two,
Right.
Let's just say when that happens, then what? Now what do you do? Because you have a president and a vice president that were duly elected by about 80.
Trump.
What a cutoff. I love how he speaks, though. He's just like, yeah, I don't care. You already tried to throw me through the... I can't even think of the word now.
Under the bus?
Well, that's a good one, too. That'll work. I'm thinking of like when they like line
Throw
up
into
and
the-
like have them run through it and just like beat them as they run through. I can't remember what it's called, though.
The gauntlet?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so this video, like, he said a couple of interesting things, right? He basically, I think if you go on to the next part of it, it's a threat, but he basically said then you reinstate the guy and get rid of the guy that's there. And he said, so it's unprecedented at the presidential level, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen or it cannot happen. So I thought that was very interesting, and we'll see what happens. We'll see. But he did promise in a separate video, or he didn't promise, but he said that the next 4 weeks will be interesting. So
do you want me to play the second half? I found it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's only a minute, so we can do that.
Yeah.
By about 80 million people on the 3rd of July of 2020. And now you go, you allow the course of their tenure to continue. But now you have to make some other decisions about potentially third terms. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios here, and what to do. So we are in uncharted waters. Okay. We're in uncharted waters for sure. And anybody, all the mainstream media, pundits or whatever you want to call them, nut jobs that are out there saying, oh, you guys are conspiracy theorists. There's nothing. Watch the deep rig. And as the I think it's the subtitle, and I'll screw it up, Patrick, but it's what you need to tell those people that just can't believe that this election is stolen, because I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost in some cases some other extended family members, because you try to explain to somebody, and if they're only watching Mad Cow on MSLSD and the Communist News Network, then they're never going to hear the truth. They'll never hear the truth. So, anyway.
Mad cow disease. I love that. That's getting archived later.
SLSD. He cracks me up. I love that he and President Trump have kept their sense of humor through all this. And you see, like, the smartest people have the best sense of humor, just like Miss Foyle over here.
I laugh at everything.
You crack me up. And when somebody said the other day that your laugh is infectious, and it's so true. Speaking of infectious, Rook Castle is on, and she cracks me up too. She is the queen of 2-word messages, I've concluded.
Yeah, Rook's amazing.
She is.
She's a big sister.
What do you think of what he said?
I'm a huge fan of General. I mean, he's never wavered. You know, he's his information has always been good. You know, he's always upbeat. I feel like he keeps it 100. Belushi is right. He does look like he's ready to go to the disco with that collar.
I don't care. If he ran for office wearing that, I would vote him in.
Staying alive, right?
Absolutely. No, and speaking of sense of humor, Belushi's another one with an awesome sense of humor.
Oh, he's great, right?
But he also mentioned the deep rig. So for all of you that don't know, that's going to premiere tomorrow. And it's on, I think it's the deeprig.com. So that's a movie that Patrick Byrne did about the elections, and that's coming out tomorrow.
Nice. I didn't even know about that. I'm glad
Right?
you said that.
New information for me.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I gotta. Who's this other guy to the left of Flynn here with the hair and the unbuttoned collar? Do we know who that guy
I
is?
want to call
that
him
looks
a
like
BG.
Tiger King.
I was thinking he looks something like that, right? Like,
I was
You know who
thinking
did it?
BGs, and you
Carol
guys are like
Baskins.
Tiger King.
right?
I couldn't watch Tiger King because I was
Or
so
he looks
scared
like
that
he
Kurt
might
said
be
Tiger.
like, oh gosh.
Oh man, I
scared,
got
right?
5 minutes into it, just like putting it on as background noise, and I stopped it. I told my wife, I was like, "We have to watch this later. It's gonna be stupid, I know, but we're watching."
Those are the best, though. Yeah, I don't know. That guy looks like he might be some kind of either like he's an old wrestler or maybe from some 80s hair band. I wasn't sure if we knew who this guy was.
It is unclear who this
Right.
man is, but this gentleman is sitting beside Flynn and smiling at him, so he's okay.
Dog the bounty hunter, Belushi says, yes, that is extremely accurate, sir.
Is that who it is?
No, but
Well, right down
that's
here,
not him. But
one of these comments said it's skeptical. One of the comments said they're
Spreading
skeptical of
fake
any
news.
political commentary with Dog the Bounty Hunter on panel.
yeah, right. Yeah, that's I'm right. I'm wondering
You
about
guys,
that
I
guy.
have this white sworth of naivety that just like flows through me, and I fortunately have people like Gino Revin, Green Card, and like Foil and White Hat and others in my life who keep me real, because I'll be like, have you seen this? And they're like, whoa, hang on.
We're like, sit down.
Photoshop. Oh, so yeah.
Look. Yep, that's it. Dog the bounty hunter on a political panel. Yep. Well, I'm totally convinced now. Actually, yeah, I changed my mind. I feel like he adds a level of certitude to the discussion.
I don't know
Hey,
why
Mountain
they never
Dreams,
put their names under
first
it,
time
though.
here. Nice to have you.
Welcome.
Oh, hi, Mountain
Lots
Dreams.
of new people here. Hey, dude, good to see you, brother.
We are pleased to have everyone here.
Ed Michael
if
Hill.
you're new to us, new to Foxhole, well, the fam is growing on Foxhole, so I no longer am surprised when I see new people, because it's like every other day you just see like 10, 20 more new people. It's amazing.
Well, the community here is awesome.
We have a name,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, I may butcher your name. Is it Delia? But she says I think it's she. I can't see your photo. I don't want to guess.
Steve Luchescu.
Yeah, I don't want to guess genders anymore.
Oh.
By the way, I got yelled at the other day.
Yeah, Delia says that Steve Luchescu, that he is the producer of the Deep Rig movie. Oh, okay. All right. Definitely gonna have to check that out now.
Yeah.
See what he's rocking with.
Well, you weren't gonna check it out before. It looks like a really
I didn't know about it.
Well, now I'm super convinced, though.
I'm like,
now I'm completely sold. Right?
Hey,
you gotta have
hey,
somebody
Cheddar Nuts.
interesting grab
Hey,
my
Ringo
attention.
Dog.
Oh, what
Hey,
up, dude?
Liberty Bells.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I see. Delia was yeah. Delia, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole fam is here. Chatter Nuts. What up?
I know.
Right.
Angel fuck. This is the only time I can say that word on air.
So what do we got next?
Right.
So
this
next
is the
we're
audit
moving
one,
on
so I need
to-
to skip this one.
So
Whatever's
you're
after
skipping?
that.
Why?
Well, you said that we weren't doing the 20 state delegates.
Oh yeah, but we just did the General Flynn video.
Right. No. So next would be John McAfee, right? Are we on
Yep.
him?
Dun
we're
dun
moving
dun.
So I
moving
had
on
to
to
skip it,
McAfee.
Miracle. I know what I did. Don't worry.
We're moving on to McAfee, guys, and we are not deep diving on this the way Tron and Table of Titans did last night, because those guys, they will do deep dive and decode.
Oh man,
But
I'd like
we
to see
are.
the inside of their mind sometime.
Oh, I couldn't
It
keep
would
up.
scare me.
But we are going to touch on it, because how could we not? It is the story of at least a week till next week.
Right?
Until someone else famous with another horde of things dies mysteriously.
So this is a tweet here. We're not gonna. I mean, it's 2 minutes and 19 seconds, so we can play it if you guys want. But basically, in this video, it's John McAfee published this video in July 2020, calling out the so-called deep state in the US. A week later, an arrest warrant was issued, and he got arrested in Spain. And less than a year later, he's found dead in a prison cell. And there are a couple more posts that we're gonna go through, but I have never seen, like, he so clearly stated again and again that he wasn't suicidal, that he wasn't going to kill himself, that he was found dead. It was because he was whacked. There's that photo that we'll see in a second.
Yes.
I mean,
and anyone digging into this out there, be careful, because we did have some that the timestamps match other tweets, so there are fakes going around.
Oh, so many.
Yeah. But one interesting thing that some of the plane followers found is that the day that he was suicided, because I don't believe that he killed himself, a military
I don't think
plane,
anybody believes that he killed himself.
Yeah, but a military plane was hightailing it out of Madrid over to the U.S. So that's interesting.
Do you remember that post from Q that said the dead will come back to life? I'm sure I'm paraphrasing incorrectly, but he said something to that effect.
Do you remember that?
I need to find it. Maybe I'm making it up now, but I remember this so clearly in my head. At this point, I'm convinced I must have dreamed posts up, because I try to find them again and I can't. But I thought I remember that, and you know, at that point, everybody was like, "It's JFK Jr. He's coming back." But I
do have something.
McAfee foil.
Go for it.
I do have something. So I saw a tweet going around that was allegedly pulled from McAfee's feed, saying that you know, he had his terabytes of data at his apartment, you know, and near my.
That's the one we found is a fake.
Listen, yes, it's a fake. Listen. No, at what point does somebody? Okay, my super secret plan hinges on stuff I hid at this address. Don't anybody I mean, who does that? Nobody does that. Nobody does that.
I'm like, I can't believe he was that stupid. Why would he put those people at risk? But I'm like, oh my God, look at this. So I posted it. I even had it in our.
Is that the one I told you no on?
And yeah, and then Gino was like, back up, the fake, and I'm like, oh, delete.
Yeah, as soon as I said, I was like, guys, on Twitter, I'm like, guys, come on now, like this would be the worst.
He's not that dumb.
Yeah, I mean, he's like doing super secret computer stuff and hiding crypto and whatever, but he just wants to give out the address of his secret lair or whatever. Like, this doesn't happen. I got attacked. Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's the problem with some of these people.
He didn't.
But there is a possibility that there is some sort of connection to that. You also have the royal family member that died from. It's blanking my mind, but I know everybody here probably saw that. So there was also something coming out about his brother, something to do with that building. And I just skimmed over it, and I don't know if it's verified or not, but people are digging into it. So if there's something out there to be found, you know that people are going to find it.
I hope they do, but that tweet was not it.
Yeah, just don't go and say things that you yourself can't prove. That's pretty much the way I go into everything.
Right.
And make sure you have friends around you who will like pull you from that run you're going to do, and listen to them if they tell you. Okay, so move on to the next one, because the next one's kind of a list, but I thought it was interesting and I threw it in the McAfee section.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Oh, sorry. So past 48 hours, Biden threatens U.S. citizens with nukes. He did. Like, that was...
Yeah, that was... Oh, come on, man.
No nukes.
Come on, man.
Are you serious?
Oh, the memes are great, though.
Yeah, the people pulling up with their new F-15s. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, man. Like, that was the worst. I couldn't believe. Somebody had messaged me. They were like, "Did you see? Do you think he was threatening us?" And I'm like, "What did he?" Oh, I said, "Oh no, what did he say?" I had to go look. I was like, "He didn't."
I gotta tell
Like,
you my favorite one when I find it. So keep talking.
it was just ridiculous. And then he couldn't even, like, the tree of liberty is, the thing. Like, bruh, nobody knows the thing when you're talking. Like, what are you even saying? Nobody even knows what he's saying. You're gonna need some F-15s and nukes. Like, yeah, because that's how it went down in, wherever, freaking Vietnam. Like, that didn't end so well. Like, you could properly defend your country with freaking assault weapons. Like, that's ridiculous. Just his whole premise is ridiculous. But it's all part of the super secret overlord club plan for global domination. Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't
But
nobody got time for that.
Real quick, let me call out some of these. Sorry, I put the chat on pause, and I was wondering why no one was talking. So let's
They all
see.
left, right?
Man, y'all talked a lot.
I
Chatternuts,
had a
always good to see you. Scorp Brett, thank you for the 1,000 gold pills. God bless.
thanks,
Let's see what else
corporate.
we got. Belushi gifted the can. Thank y'all. Cheers, y'all. Cheers, Belushi. I find it. Welcome. I'm late. To the wood shop I go. Have fun
Yeah,
at the
so
wood shop,
Method says
buddy.
this. Method says us so well trained that we all just go to the woodshed when we're late now. We just self acknowledge and go to the woodshed.
And there we go. I hit play. Amy Joe, good to see you. Glad you got to catch it live. Sort of Michael, good to see you over in D Live. Chris, NEQ Patriot, and I think that's everybody. So I found that comment I found talking about like everyone going and buying planes and stuff. This was probably my favorite one I saw. It says, "I'm all about the vintage. Grab me an F-14 Tomcat at a secondhand shop this morning." And then below it says,
Right?
"Now where do I put my Kenny Loggins CD or cassette?"
Right? Does it have an 8-track player?
Yeah.
I need to know.
Oh my gosh, Biden. I mean, he's funny, not funny, He's
He's
so then
scary,
the
not
next
funny.
one,
Yeah, I mean, it would be funny if he weren't like
the
in the
president of
position.
the country.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
would laugh all day at that guy. But now I just have to sit here like, oh man, are we in for some ruckus with this dude?
Amy Joe, we love you too. Thank you so much for the
Aw,
can. You're
hi,
the
Amy
best.
Joe.
Are
She's
we still on the
awesome, you
list?
guys.
Just curious.
Yeah, so we just
Yeah.
made it through the first one. So the second one is
Sorry.
the Miami building collapse from due. Now we don't know whether it's due or not, but it collapsed and it's sad. And I have no doubt that it was intentional. I doubt it just fell on its own. Like,
Oh, I
I
have
mean,
something on that too that actually I find it helped me find this, but the parking garage is intact. If a sinkhole took out the base of the building, I don't think the base of the building would still be intact. Just my engineering schooling there making me think that.
and logic. There's logic there too.
Well, that's what engineering's supposed to be, but depends on
Well,
who's paying you, I guess.
trust the science. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But yeah,
Trust the
so I mean,
math.
prayers for all the people, on a serious note, prayers for all the people who have loved ones that they're worried about, that they've lost, that they haven't found yet. And we just pray for all the people there, and we hope that we find more people alive. But at the very least, we pray for them and their families.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's very sad, and we'll keep watching that. But I don't for one second believe that was an accident.
Oh, absolutely not.
And then of course McAfee. So this last 48 hours, right? McAfee suicided himself. Some people say extracted. We'll see. Giuliani's license was taken away. That's a whole other thing.
Corruption.
Like,
Man.
yeah. That's I mean, it hasn't been taken away. It's been suspended, but it's still horrific. And then Russia, UK, I guess Russia pointed their gunships at the UK and
there was
made
live
some
fire.
threats. Oh, there was live fire.
But the UK
Yeah.
said it didn't happen.
Well, yeah, they said, well, that it wasn't how Russia was painting it to be.
I don't know. I feel like the UK would lie to save face.
Man, yeah, more than likely.
It's funny. I read that and I wasn't sure whose side I was on.
Wait, I didn't know Powell was in court with Dominion. I guess that's what all this other stuff is about that I didn't even realize that was already happening.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Powell, Lindell, Giuliani were in court versus Dominion today, yesterday, something like that. So yeah, there's a ton of that stuff going on in the background too. This is how much news they need to get out there in order to bury the news. Like they just keep, and of course, since we're talking about 48 hours, that alien report, there's a big fat
buddy.
nothing burger.
Nothing at all. 6 months to write 9 pages of nothing.
Yeah, and then they asked for 62 billion.
Nothing.
Of course they. Listen. I've been saying that for months. Like this is the plan is we need money.
Yeah.
Like that's the plan. That's the whole entirety of the plan. Now, granted, it's a preliminary report, right? There's going to be more, but all the good
More
stuff.
of
Number
nothing.
one,
I mean, what are you going to say? You just said you don't know anything.
You know what's interesting is that of the 144 cases that they examined, 143 of them, they openly admit they have no freaking clue. Right? They have no idea what it is. Only one of them. One of them was, of course, a weather balloon, right? Just the one. The rest of it they can't explain. Yeah. I mean, they did say that there was there was there was a lot of that stuff that they can't explain, that they do not think that these are radar artifacts or that they think that these are actual physical objects.
I mean, radar objects don't usually show up on camera. So.
Right. But, they got to specify that these are actual physical objects. But they also threw in there, they're like, we don't think it's Russia or China. But, if it was Russia or China, we can't tell you what we know anyway. They made sure to put that bit in there as well.
Well, it definitely isn't China. They steal all of our tech.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm just blown away that somebody wrote 9 pages of nothing. Do you know how much effort that would take?
I feel like that was one of those things like I have nothing to say, so ask the secretary to do it.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's, we've seen some significant steps and the fact that they've even acknowledged finally, I mean, at some point they were going to have to, but I mean, at least we're there. Like that they're acknowledging that something is happening, whether they want to tell us what they think it is or not, And of course, I think they have a much better understanding of what's going on than what they let on, obviously, but it was overwhelmingly underwhelming for sure.
Yeah, it was a joke. So, but the point is though, that if this is a joke and everyone can see that it's nothing, that's one noisemaker that they're losing, right? So they need other noisemakers. So they need a building to collapse. They need McAfee to die. They need what other noisemakers do they have? Because the audit stuff is getting so loud and people are still focusing on that. No matter how much they're trying to distract us, we've still got an eye on it.
Did you see? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The whole point is to distract us, but go ahead.
Did you see that Edward Snowden said that he thinks Assange could be next?
Oh, as soon as McAfee died, I thought Assange was next too.
Yeah, this is crazy. I don't trust Snowden, though. I know a lot of people like Snowden and stuff, but I honestly think he was a plant to weaken the NSA. And, I mean, a lot of us think that Q is coming out of the NSA, at least in part. So, I don't know how I feel about Snowden.
Well, I think his point is valid, though. I mean, that would be, that would definitely be.
I think he's more of like an Alex Jones type. Some of it's real, some of it's just screaming at a screen or something.
I scream at my screen all the time.
Yeah, but I trust you more.
So you're like, what? Come on, man. This is ridiculous.
All right, Gino, go on to the next one.
Okay, dokie.
So the next one is basically our friend Jack talking about quoting McAfee, saying the U.S. government wants to make an example of me. And the last plea of John McAfee days before he was found hanging his cell, its lawyer says he was not suicidal. So the lawyer has continued to say he's not suicidal. Foy, what were you just saying about his wife and what she just said?
Yeah, he literally told her, like, hey, I'm going to call you in a little bit. Like,
And
I
then
love
all
you.
of a
I'm
sudden
going to
he
call
hung
you in a little
himself.
bit. Yeah, right.
Yeah, because that's what
He
you
was
do. You're like,
fine. There was no problem. And then that was CNN reporting it. I mean, even they were like, hey, what?
yeah. So by the way, the behavioral traits of a suicidal person, because I did my degree in psychology, the suicidal traits are that they will tie up loose ends as much as they can before they attempt suicide, before they try to kill themselves. So it is not normal or typical for a suicidal person to say, I'm going to call you right back.
Man.
Yeah, right?
The fact that he was allegedly found hanging in his, like, the same manner as Epstein, like, it's almost like somebody's trying to, like, they're just trying to rub it in, like, haha, we can get to anybody anywhere, like, look at this nonsense.
I like how Dolphin put it this morning. Is like he was found hanging from the floor bed or the floorboard
Right,
of his bed.
of course he was, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, I go quiet sometimes because I'm just sitting here shaking my head like this is
I
insanity.
just don't understand how people don't see this and be like, all right, something's not right.
That's why my theory is you have to work really hard to stay asleep right now, because the
Yeah.
red pilling is so in your face. You actually have to work to keep your eyes closed.
Yeah, we're praying for the dead man switch, Rook. That's right.
Yep, dead man switch. Let's pray. So then the next one was Elijah Schaffer. John McAfee said he was not suicidal once again. He claimed the U.S. government was trying to kill him. The U.S. government makes up bogus crypto charge against him. He commits suicide, in quotes. Core media quickly runs a press release saying anyone questioning the narrative is a conspiracy theorist. So here we go again. They're going to fact check anything you have to say about McAfee because he, according to them, killed himself. So we have to accept that as fact.
I'm gonna accept that as fact. You know, they're nuts.
Yeah. Dolphin.
I love this. I love this quote though. I've met John. He was crazy, but the man loved life. He wasn't about to off himself. You could see that about him just in any interview that he wasn't the kind to. He was very laissez-faire.
He was international man of intrigue, like just doing random crazy stuff. No, I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. You know, he had much better things to do than kill himself, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And then of course the last one here is a video.
But it's a good one. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. The last part's not that good.
Okay, play the start of it.
Attention, because really,
hold on, let me switch it. There we go.
That's all that
Courtesy of Tron,
matters.
you guys.
Did you think Trump was going to be president?
Yes, I hoped he was, actually, because the alternative was not very palatable to me.
Did you think
I will not tell you why, because it will implicate me in horrific
Sounds like you're
situations.
asking me to inquire, but I'm not going to.
I am actually, because I'm not sure I'm going to say it or not.
Well, it sounds like you're egging me on to ask you. I want to respect your privacy.
I am actually, because I'm not sure I will say it. I've never said it, ever.
Well, if you
Not in 6 years since I left Belize have I ever stated why.
Do you want to?
Absolutely.
Okay, well then you're welcome.
Okay, so when I went on the run in Belize, I had friends in the U.S. Embassy in Belize. I knew what was coming down. I'm not stupid. I had arranged with the head of security. I was going to come in. He said, sir, we have it from the highest authority. We are not to allow you entry into the U.S. Embassy. Understand me. Who was the highest authority of the State Department? Hillary Clinton. I'm an American citizen with a American passport. I'm sorry. I'm not wanted in America. I've got no crimes in America. Is it not a reason to say, I don't think I'm going to vote for you?
And yet you're here now.
For a month and a half, I was on the run. The reason that the government wanted to collect me was that after they had raided my property in 2012 in the jungle, shot my dog, abused me, destroyed $500,000 worth of my property over a bogus charge, I was pissed off. And so I donated to many secretaries within the government laptop computers, really nice ones that were preloaded with viral spyware. Within a week, the entire government computer system was under my control. I was watching, monitoring, listening. I was looking for information that they had set me up for that raid. I didn't find that. I did find out that the Minister of National Defense was the largest drug trafficker in all of Central America. The Minister of Immigration the largest human trafficker.
We don't want to get killed by them either, so we're probably not
You're
going
not going to do
to
That's
share
fine.
that.
That's fine.
It was getting a little hot in John McAfee's compound, so we decided to.
All right. That was pretty much the end of like the interesting parts of that. So, but I can throw that link into the chat. So if anyone
And
wants to watch the rest of it,
I love how casual he was about the fact that he had access to all the government computers.
right?
He was doing
And this
big
man killed
things.
himself. Yeah.
Doing big things.
Yeah. And if not for this video, they would have said that's a conspiracy theory. He couldn't have done that. The government has stricter protocols. They would never have allowed that to happen. There's no way. We would have heard all those arguments. Here he is,
Yep.
sharing it for himself.
On YouTube too, and he's not banned. Think about that.
Yeah, is his account? His account was still up on Twitter earlier. I don't know if it is as of now, but that was surprising. They pulled his Instagram, right?
Well, there's a giant Q on it, so that doesn't
Right.
usually bode well.
Yeah, God forbid.
Liberty Bell. So I saw the video where he talks about eating humans, and I
Did he
don't
talk
I
about
don't know
eating
whether
them or
he
just
was.
the blood though.
So it's like a confession. Oh, he talks about eating them. It's like he's going for confession. So he's going to a father or priest, and he's like, it was so good, and then at first I had to sedate them and I eat them, but the problem was that my body would take in the sedatives too, and so I couldn't really enjoy the high of eating them. So then I had to stop giving them sedatives so that I could fully appreciate. I mean, it was so detailed.
Are we talking about McAfee still?
Yes.
Oh.
So I couldn't tell whether he was spoofing it and talking about others or if he was talking about himself, but it was disturbing nonetheless because it was very specific and very detailed about how it felt emotionally to eat their brains. Yeah, Scorprat, specifically eat their brains.
Yeah, Reza Aslan, the reporter Reza Aslan ate human brains on TV too.
Oh God, I
What?
forgot about that. Yeah,
Mhm.
that happened. And there's a restaurant in
Yeah,
California
buddy.
that like specializes in human meat, isn't it?
Oh, what, the Cannibal Club?
Yeah.
The Cannibal Club. It's not a restaurant, it's a club, and you have to like join and sign up. It's just all.
Where do they get the meat though?
Right.
I mean, other
They
than like
claim that
Dun
it's
dun
from.
dun.
They claim that it's from donated bodies.
yeah, who donates their bodies to? Would you like to have a
I
little heart on your
don't know.
license that says when you die they can eat you? Yeah, I think I'm not gonna check that box.
Yeah. Be careful when you donate your body to science, because we all know what trusted science looks like.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, so
these
yeah.
people are sick.
Yep.
So I don't know how we ended up at cannibals. Oh yeah, because the question was asked about whether we saw the video. Yeah, it was such a disturbing video. I try to forget the video. It's hard. I struggle with it. But yeah, so that's just a little bit about McAfee. I'm guessing it's going to go the way of Epstein, right? It's going to be all the buzz for the next week, whatever. And then McAfee didn't kill himself. And unless he has a dead man switch, it's just going to be another story. Well, remember McAfee? McAfee and Epstein didn't kill themselves. And then that'll be that.
I'm waiting for the.
I mean, that's all we ever get.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is some immediate media buzz, and then it gets memory hold. Back burner.
That's why it's for the noise, right? They're doing it for the noise to bury some other stories. So
You are not Rook Castle.
I am not Rook Castle. You are
No,
correct.
look, she says she's giving her body to Fauci.
Oh.
At first, you just said body. I was kind of curious till she specified it was hers. Whose body?
Right? I'm sorry, I had to say something.
Oh, Rook. Oh my God. There are like so many ways we could read that, and it's all wrong. It's all wrong.
Yeah, that's all bad. No matter how you paint that picture sucks, right?
Oh my god! Now I have the visual.
Hey, just a real quick, I'm gonna be fixing my headset because it's crackling, so I have to turn it off and back on. So I might lose you guys, but I'll fix it in just a second. So
That wasn't
Okay.
your headset. It was me laughing. No, I'm joking.
Best part of any show.
yeah, so they lost you for a second too because it's all routed to it, but that fixed it. So good, we're all back.
Ta-da!
Yeah, Rook Castle, 2 words. You got it. My body. That's yeah. No. Um.
That escalated
My body.
quickly.
Yeah, it did. So US Anon was talking about human sacrifice. Oh no, that was Sword of Michael. Hey, Sword of Michael. Human sacrifices. Yeah, probably where they're getting it from. Planned Parenthood. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, that's why you have to believe there are demons, because I just cannot believe. I believe that people are inherently good. That is my belief. People are inherently good. So what can make them go so far? Only one force that I can think of: the devil.
Yes, Michael Hill,
Well,
that's exactly what you heard. Uh, to you guys, we're coming up on half an hour to 10. Do you want to
Yeah,
do specific
dude.
news? Do you want to do call-ins? What do you guys feel
Why
like doing?
don't you put the call-in number up? We'll see if someone calls. In the meantime, I can we just talk about the dragon for a second? Because
Yeah, I'll go
Yep.
ahead and add the scroller to this one then.
okay, so while Gino Revin is putting that up there, I don't know if you guys saw this story, and we do have the picture somewhere if we're able to show it, but it's of a
I'll
little
get it in a
lizard with
second.
wings. It's a little dragon, guys. 2021. We've got dragons now. So I'm telling Foil the story like, did you hear? There are dragons. And she comes back as, well, I've got that and I'll raise you. And you tell them your story, Foil, because that is an insane story.
Here we are.
With my dad
Yes.
and his dragon sighting.
Yes.
So some of you guys probably heard this on Conspiracy Couch, but so my dad comes in the other day, and he's apparently he was going over to my brother's, and he was coming over here, and he comes in the house, and he's like, and super serious, regular dude, not, I mean, I'm the crazy one, right? Normal guy comes in, and he's like, I just saw a freaking dragon. And I start laughing. I'm like, you did not see a dragon. He's like, don't, I'm serious. He was real serious. And I'm in South Carolina. So I'm like, well, what was it doing? He was like, it was flying. He said it was, and I'm like, well, tell me more. So I proceed to interrogate my dad about this. And he tells me, it was probably 7 to 10 feet. It was maybe 350, 400 feet up in the air. It was black. He's like, it had like spiked protuberances off of its head that ran all the way down its back, down its tail, the tail split off. He was real serious. I'm like, so I mean, what was it? Was it like a baby dragon? Like, what was it doing? I mean, but he so then I start Googling, and I'm like, right, Patricia Sertle said she believes it. I had played, because I actually recorded this conversation with my dad the minute he said he saw a dragon. I was like, wait a minute, tell me more, right? So then after he's talking to me, I start Googling, and I'm like, South Carolina dragon sightings 2021. And apparently down the East Coast, North Carolina, South Carolina, there have been numerous reports of dragon sightings from like otherwise relatively normal people, veterinarians, and just people on their way to work. And they're saying that maybe it's some kind of pterosaur, like pterodactyl
Because
pterosaur,
that
that
makes it more believable.
dinosaurs. That's much better than dragons, right? Flying around. But apparently, people are seeing dragons around this way.
I had to verify this, so I Googled it, and you guys go ahead and do a search engine on it.
Oh, did you find what I was talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no. Wait, what? Really?
Yes, dragons. Dragons are a thing now. 2021, guys. Hashtag 2021.
Right. Of course there are dragons. Why wouldn't there be? Right.
Hey,
Well,
Rebel Fire.
hey, Rebel
Hi.
Fire.
Don't mind us as we speak about dragons. Oh, Rebel Fire, you are muted. Anyone that calls in, just so you know, you'll have to unmute when you get in here.
#6 to unmute. Not just unmuting your phone, but #6 as well.
Well, just so you know, I'm convinced now that maybe I should be looking into building some sort of a dragon trap. You know,
I
it's
literally
got to
just
be
watched the movie. What was it? Dragon's
A
Reign or
dragon
Fire Reign?
trap.
it's
You
got to
guys,
be hanging out around here somewhere. I mean, this
this
couldn't have
is
been 2
why
miles from my house.
you should keep your cats indoors because
Ah,
dragons,
right.
they'll eat it. I mean, they eat something.
Tasty snacks.
To the other person calling in, I do call-ins one at a time, but your name is showing. If you want to message me so I know, I can change your name.
Yeah, Jasper, it looks like the miniature dragons in the movie Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Yeah, well, apparently nobody made anything up.
Right.
They all just,
aren't they so
they were
cute?
real. And someone broke that cave open and said open sesame or something, and now the dragons are free.
Hey, no story is done without a good dragon.
Oh my God, Dodie Danny. Oh my God, that is the best message yet. My next tattoo is gonna be a cat dragon.
Cat
That makes me
dragon.
so happy.
Hey,
A
Rebel
cat
Fire,
dragon.
did you figure out your? She's still muted,
Yeah.
but it means that it's detecting your mic. So, let me do something real quick. Rebel Fire, if you're on a computer, right down here, you'll be able to mute and unmute.
Meantime, whilst we're doing that, not #6, *6. Thanks, Scorprat05. I'm probably throwing you off, Rebel Fire. *6.
Just ruining it.
My bad. Real quick, you guys know Tina 40. She does those awesome tweets and she comes up and she tells you like it is. She's running for Congress.
I
So
saw
if anybody
that.
is in New York or you know somebody in New York, vote for her. Oh my gosh, we could use some of her in Congress. I can only
Oh,
imagine.
wouldn't that be great fun?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Rebel Fire, why don't you go ahead and leave and then call back in? I changed it so it won't automatically mute you. Hey, Kiwi. I can't turn my mic up. It's literally all the way up it goes.
Why didn't you pull the next person in for a minute before Rebel Fire comes back?
They disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Here
Okay.
we go. Thank you for the cookie, RPG.
Hey, RPG.
There we go. No more mute.
Right. Ta-da.
Hey,
God, you people make things so difficult.
Just for you,
Damn.
Rebel Fire. How you doing?
Only for me would it be so complicated.
Did you
How
have
are
something on your
you?
mind?
Do what?
Did you have something on your mind? Maybe about dragons, cats,
Cat dragons.
McAfee.
Well, I've got that oceanfront property for sale if anybody wants it.
In Arizona.
In Arizona.
Sounds like it sounds promising.
No, that dragon, that kind of interested me. I kind of like dragons, you know.
Well,
Kinda
who doesn't
cute.
like everybody likes, right? You better like dragons.
Well, you
Well,
like
hell, they're
dragons
kind
right
of
up to
cute.
the-
I mean, come on, you know.
right up to the
He
point
was
that they
super
eat
cute.
you.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, there's that.
Well, I can't, you know, you can kind of fly on them too, you know. That's kind of neat when they're big enough. But that
All
one
right.
you had, Loyal, that's kind of small. I don't think I could get up on that one.
With that little tiny one with the wings.
Yeah, that little tiny one ain't flying yet.
That's just a little baby. He's super
I
cute
know
though.
it got to grow up.
Rook
Well, the
gifted
one
the
her-
Dead Man Switch. Thank you, Rook.
Oh my
Dead
god.
man switch? Who's
Uh,
got
She
the
gifted a phone, and then she said "Dead Man Switch." She did not gift us with the Dead Man Switch.
I
Never
was
know.
like,
It might be
wait.
encrypted.
Right?
Rook Castle, quit drinking through the straw. I told you. God, she's drinking through that straw again, and I told her not to do it, but she does it anyway. You know.
Rook's the best. Rook's the best. We have such good people on this chat. We have such good people in the Foxhole fam, and just in this whole movement. It's just awesome.
Y'all are the
It's
reason
fun.
I stream.
Streaming for the reason, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a good reason to stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think of the McAfee deal?
McAfee was a very smart person. He knew more than he said, and he said more than he knew. If that makes sense.
I actually had to ponder that for a minute. Yeah.
But no, the man was he was a computer nerd. You know, he did the McAfee shit, but like I said, he knew a lot more than what he was actually going to say, but they were scared shitless. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I quit digging into McAfee long time ago when I was told to stop. So I did. I didn't dig more.
What do you think you guys are scared? What do you think that they're scared of when they keep killing these people? They're scared of the truth. But what happens if the truth comes out? It's us, the people that they're scared of, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we've got the numbers, guys. But people, why are people not understanding the Constitution plus their state constitution? It says the same damn thing. Why are we not doing it? We can change this.
Yeah, the problem I see with a lot of it, like even with the Second Amendment, if you were to try and take back the government using the second.
Wait a minute. The Second Amendment is one thing. State constitution is something else. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. And people in the chat and everything else. What are you? Are you a person?
Yeah.
What if I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm still working that out.
I was like,
what if I told you you're wrong?
Wrong that she is or that we aren't?
No, what if I told you, Gino, you're wrong? You're not a person.
Oh, I thought she said a clone. I was going to say you wouldn't be the
first
person
honey.
to tell me that.
No. I said, are you a person? And Gino said yes. And you said yes.
No, I said I don't know.
Oh, you said you don't know.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still working on that. I'm not sure.
Well, what if I said you're not a person?
So what are we then?
Well, what does the Constitution say you are?
People?
Exactly.
But
we are not personnel of anybody unless you work for the federal government. Then you are a person. You are a personnel.
It's one of those word things where they just change the meaning of things. I get you now. I see what you're saying.
Okay. Now, if you look at your state constitutions, every state has a constitution, do they not? 50 states have 50 constitutions, right?
They do.
Okay. Read them. And I guarantee you that they say almost exactly the same thing, if not exactly the same thing. We the people, by the people, for the people. If you look at Virginia, and I believe if I remember correctly, Missouri and other states within that have almost the exact same wording. The people can take out who they do not like to have in there, and you do not need an election to do it.
Absolutely.
You don't need an election to go up there and say, you don't have my best interests at heart, get the hell out.
But you have to have enough people. That's the thing. It's trying to organize them without them trying to.
It only takes one to do it.
Yeah, but
you are the people. You are the people. I'm the people. Miracle Girl is the people. Loyal is the people. The people in the chat are the people. All we have to do is walk up to any state the state, oh hell, what do you call it? State House,
capitals.
state capitals. There you go. All you got to do is walk up and say, you don't have my best interests at heart. You can even walk up to the, that's why I think, now this is me here. I think that's why they put a fence around the White House so that that could not be done.
True.
But
Possibly.
it can be done. You know.
Right, but these
So-
people never give up power that easy. That's why I'm saying one person couldn't just walk up and do it. They just arrest you for trespassing or some BS thing that they make
Besides,
up.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's why they put the fences up.
Yeah.
Besides, if it was only one person, then our presidents and our elected officials would change every day, because some liberal would be like, well, I don't like that guy. And the next day, some other
Yeah.
person would be like, well, I don't like that guy. So,
Well, it does take a certain amount.
Right. That's
Exactly.
what I was trying to say.
But like I said, it only takes one to start it.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then-
exactly. Good. And that's, yeah. And that's what I think what Foyle was saying as well. It starts at the local level. I think that the America Project, I think Foxhole with methods, it starts with one, but it all starts with helping people build their confidence so they can speak up and do something. And it starts with something small, and then you just keep building. I only like Gino, and I'm sure many of you, I only went on Twitter to retweet President Trump. That was my only purpose for signing up in Twitter. That was it.
Yep.
I did not
hated Twitter
intend
before
to be
that.
here. Yeah, ditto. Me too.
I've got a Twitter account that I never use.
I got 3.
I've used it a handful of times to retweet something. The only reason why I keep a Twitter account around is to, you know, look at what people say whenever they post a Twitter link.
Yeah.
And even YouTube, that's why I keep YouTube. I
mean,
don't ever post or ever, you know, put anything up. I just share stuff if I want to. If I don't, I don't.
What are your thoughts on this, Foyle? I see Russell saying it's not normal that Foyle is silent, and I agree.
I'm sorry, Will.
I'm listening. Right?
What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, this is going to take a monumental effort to fix this mess. I wish if it was just as simple as a few people going up and saying, hey, you know.
It is that simple.
I understand that theoretically that's how it's supposed to work. But in practice, this is going to take a concerted and monumental effort by the people of this country that are tired.
That's why Reagan said, or not Reagan, but the founding fathers said, good luck on trying to keep it because of this situation here.
Right.
Of what happened with, you know, Trump and the election of 2020 and who we've got in there. Oh my Lord, that man.
Right.
God, Biden.
Once these people take power, they don't give it back ever. You know, it's going to have to be taken back.
Yeah.
See,
Scott Brad said it. Cali residents are still trying to get rid of Gruesome. They've done a recall. They've waited out.
Yeah.
And now
I mean,
supposed to
this
go,
is the
he's still
thing.
there.
These people aren't just going to quit. Yeah. You know, they're not just going to quit and be like, you got us, you know, like, no, that's not how this is going to roll. And I'm not, you know, I'm not advocating any kind of massive ruckus. Not that I couldn't get behind something like that, but I'm saying a concerted social effort, a psychological effort, informational effort. You know, we have to address these problems with the means that are available to us now. We have to get involved socially. We have to continue to fight the information war, because that's what it is right now. It's a battle over the psychology of the nation. It's a battle over the psychology of the people. It's not
we
even
have sat idly by for far too long and allowed them to brainwash every single solitary person on this planet. Right. And that includes other countries.
Yes.
It has been done all over the world, and now it is time to stop. And that is what they are scared shitless about.
We
is
agree with
because
you.
it's working.
We agree with you, but Foil's saying it's going
Just
to
so
take a
you know, we're going to bring
monumental.
in
No, I
one
know
more
what
person.
Foil's saying.
So,
Okay.
real quick to the person coming in, once your mic connects, your name is showing on the screen. I can change it, and no one else can see it right now. Do you want it as is or change it?
Leave it as is because that's what I go by on Foxhole.
Okay, sounds great. I'm going to bring you back on screen then.
All right.
Oh, Gino, it's Nick Walls. We know Nick Walls.
I am not all over the place.
I love the little flying sombrero graphic, by the way.
Thank you.
Whee!
Right? I'm a fan
Ride
of
that sombrero.
Of the flying sombrero.
Yeah, I learned how to make those, so if you ever need one.
That's awesome.
Every time I see that flying sombrero, I want to dance around it and jump on top of it.
Right.
And I want to say just one more thing about myself to everybody here and in the chat. If I say something off the wall, or if it sounds like I am
I'm going to ask if I can.
Well, no, if I'm being mean, I'm not. I've been going through a rough time of late, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm just in one of them funky type of things, I guess. I don't know. But I've been bawling my eyes out with no reason to it. So if I get kind of irritated, it's because I am. And I think it's about the whole situation of the place that I have been for a while, slowly crumbling. And this whole world needs to either wake up or get off the shit or get off the pot, in other words.
Exactly.
Because it is fucking time to get this shit going. Because if you don't, then we're going to lose this damn country. And if we lose this country, the whole world is going to fall.
Oh, we are.
Michael Hill just said, I think we need to say a prayer for our friend Rebel Fire. And I agree. Everybody, please say a prayer for Rebel Fire.
That was not meant for that.
No, we know Rebel Fire.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do.
That's just the kind of community we are.
No, I understand. And I speak to God every day of my life and have for a long time. My grandma used to be a reader, and we would sit down and do the Bible every Saturday evening so that she could get up and go read the Bible on Sunday. So if you think I don't know the Bible, I know it inside and out.
Well, that's awesome. And we appreciate that.
Rebel Fire. I don't talk about it a lot because that's just me. I'm respectful to everybody, or at least I try to be. I don't mean to interrupt people. It's not that I'm trying to interrupt. It's just how I am. You know,
that's okay. But let's say hi to our friend Nick Walls for a second.
Hi, Nick. Sorry.
Hey, no problem. No problem. Is it all right if I do a video? Can I show my face on here?
You can.
Yeah, you're absolutely welcome to.
All right, there we go.
Now I know who you are. I have to see you.
I know.
I'm like, who is this guy? Oh, now it makes sense. It clicked.
Face says it all.
What's up, Nick?
What's up, fam?
What's up? How's everyone doing? How are we all?
Pretty good.
Right on. So I want to get back to the dragons because I have some interesting things on that. I know, right? I always have something interesting to come up with. So it was a dark night, right? And there was this thing that flew above the city of Phoenix. I gotta say, it looked like it had scales because the reflected light from its belly. So it reflected light. So, and it was flying. It looked pretty decent size. I mean, it was all black though, but you could see the underside reflecting light from. It was really interesting.
Yeah,
So you saw a dragon? Is that what you're
That was
saying?
me.
Yeah, I'm thinking I saw a dragon once.
that is
So
awesome.
what color was it?
See, the thing was, it was dark at night, so it looked all black. But the only thing that glowed was its underbelly from the city lights shining off of it.
Did you try and tame
City
it?
lights.
Dragons
Were you
will
drinking?
fly over cities. I'm convinced.
No. The thing was, I was completely sober.
That's
So-
awesome, man.
No alcohol, no weed, no,
No
nothing
nothing.
He was
else.
drinking
No
through
nothing.
the straw.
He was drinking through the straw.
Yeah,
Well-
no. See, the thing is, in Phoenix, the Native Americans, there was these things they call thunderbirds, and there's legends of giant reptilians flying in the
Like
sky,
the juju
swooping.
birds.
Yes. But they would
The
fly
whole
in.
face spoke of them too.
Yeah.
But they've had stories here about those things, and I think they still exist. I mean, there is so much land here, and not everything can be explored. So you never know. You never know.
Foil, we're starting a club.
The Dragon Club,
I mean, they gotta go
Woohoo!
somewhere.
right? I told you I'm about to build a trap. I
Hey,
think Nick, you called in on the conspiracy couch when we
Yes,
were
I
talking
did.
about
Yes, I
this.
did. Yes.
hey, this is awesome.
Yes, we had a great conversation that evening. That was great.
So I got an idea. When we're kicked off of every other platform and they shut down the internet to try and shut us up, we need some carrier dragons.
Yes,
Carrier
that could work.
Yes.
It's
Right.
like a firewall for your carrier dragon.
Wait a minute.
Did all of
Wait,
you
I
watch,
thought that's what the pigeons were for.
did all of you watch How to Tame a Dragon, the cartoon, and now you've concluded that you can trap and tame one to fly it?
I
Yes.
think if you give it respect and treat it well, I think it will treat you well in return. So yeah.
But,
Why not?
allegedly they're pretty smart.
Yeah. Real quick, I also have AP calling in. Is that all right with y'all? Be the last caller we bring in for the night.
Yeah, in
We
a couple
are
of minutes.
already over,
Yep.
so are you guys okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Come on in, AP.
I feel like he's gonna walk through a door now. Come on in.
I brought peanuts. They're boiled.
Oh. Then we'd have to call him White Hat.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
AP.
Yeah. Everyone's free to talk.
Oh,
Right?
good.
Is the volume connected there? Yeah, is it audio
Oh yeah,
connected?
AP, your
AP.
audio's not connected up right now.
Oh, is it not?
No, it's showing that his microphone's off. AP, your microphone. Oh, now it's connecting it. So I don't know. We'll find out.
There it is. There it is. AP's my buddy.
Yeah, he's awesome. I cannot believe that there are I cannot believe that we had this story about dragons, that Foil had a story about dragons, and then Nick Walls calls in about
Listen,
dragons.
there are a lot of people that apparently, especially when we were talking about it on Conspiracy Couch, there are a lot of people that have had either dragon sightings or some sort of dragon tangential story. It's really not as, I mean, okay, yeah, everything I talk about is crazy, but it's really not. I didn't think there'd be that much of a response, but when my dad walked in talking about he seen
Hello?
a dragon.
There we
Hi.
go. We can hear you, AP. Can you hear
Sorry
us?
about that.
Hey, no worries.
Yeah.
It happens.
I couldn't unmute my phone for some reason.
No worries.
Sorry about
You're
that.
good. You got it now.
Hi, Miss Loyal.
Hi. How are
Thank you
you?
so much.
You are more
Thank
than
you
welcome.
so much for your help. I really appreciate that.
You are more
I'm
than welcome.
AP, by the way.
I figured.
I don't know why it says TN on the screen.
No worries. It has your
think
name on
it's
there.
my fingerprint shit. Yeah. Sorry about that. Thank you so
That's
much
okay.
for your help earlier. I really needed help understanding that. And you were the only one I could ask to help me.
Well, I'm glad that hopefully that gave you some clarity.
Yeah. I don't want to sound like a complete fucking Fruit Loop.
I always sound like a Fruit Loop. Don't feel bad.
We all do.
Everyone's avatar looks like one.
Hey.
The angriest unicorn ever. Hey, Laura.
If there are dragons, there are unicorns.
You're
right?
Laura.
No, Laura. I see Laura in
She's
the chat. Right?
1 foot and 5
I'm
feet.
sorry. I kind of made a boo earlier. I was thinking, Laura was Laura QAnon. And I kept asking her, and apparently she's not the same person.
No, there's two of them.
I think she got mad at me for asking.
No, Laura doesn't get mad.
I'm so sorry. I didn't need to keep bothering you.
Lara doesn't get mad about stuff.
Right, yeah.
I've never seen her mad, period.
Oh, she gets mad now. But
right now she's in a good mood because she went to the ocean.
And she's fresh and lively.
Right?
I hope I didn't make her mad, that's all.
AP, did you have something on your mind? Did you have a dragon story?
No, I just wanted to thank her.
You're more than welcome. He had emailed me with a question, he just
I
wanted to tell me thank you. Well, I appreciate
it. Thank you for letting me speak again, Gino. I really appreciate it.
Hey, man, I love doing this, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed as much as we put it on. So.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, AP, and that's so sweet that you called in to say thanks to Foil. And I love that Nick Walls called in about dragons. I mean,
you've been hyped about this dragon thing for over a week now.
I'm gonna keep until they come out with the unicorn story. I'm gonna be all about the dragons. Just saying.
The funny thing is, I saw that picture. What was it? Early this week with the lizard with the wings. You know, I saw that early this week, and I was like, no way. I was like really impressed. But then again, I was thinking about the Amazon. All right, you think about the Amazon, how it like only 5% of it is actually really explored, and what could be lurking inside those jungles. You know, you never know.
This is what we talk about all the time.
Ocean. What about the ocean?
Right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
We have no idea what's the extent of the things that are really on this planet. I'm convinced. You guys already know.
Everything's waking up.
Yeah.
That too.
The Great Awakening, new meaning.
Oh, we don't know. Maybe that is part of the meaning.
See, now I got to flash the image again. We just need to add some dragons.
One more time, right?
A little bit of everything else in there.
Now, in fairness, it looks like it probably is like almost like a little sugar glider.
Sugar glider.
Like a scaly sugar glider.
Yeah, like a little scaly, cute, lizardy, dragon-looking sugar glider.
Okay,
I would definitely have
sugar glider. Now wait a minute, we're building them out of sugar now.
Oh no, like the little flying squirrel-looking things.
Yeah,
like he's got the little wings
attached.
My friend had one of those.
And Russell 202 said in the polls, right, that we don't know what's under the ice caps.
We absolutely
That's so
don't know.
true. So true.
Well,
Antarctica, you know.
Everybody
we have
got
some
excited
theories,
for that.
right? We have some theories.
Yeah.
I've watched so many documentaries about the Arctic caps, and oh my gosh, Antarctica is really interesting. We have no idea what's under those sheets of ice, man. It could be anything.
1'5" over here, squirrel dragons.
I know, I saw that, and I was gonna correct her. Cat dragons, Alara. It's all about cat dragons.
I can hear her typing. It's angrily.
That's Foil. Yeah.
That was me.
Not me.
That was me.
Well, it was perfect timing either way.
I can't have this chat and type at the same time. My brain can't do both. But
why not?
I think it's the horn through the head.
It might be.
So Foil, you're gonna lead us out with the prayer. Gino, did you have anything else you wanted to say before we wrapped up and Foil does the prayer?
Just thank you so much for coming on the show, Foil.
Thanks for
definitely
having
was
me.
fun. And
Nick Walls, thanks for calling in, and Rebel Fire. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No, thanks for having me. I much appreciate it.
I just wanted to be on with Loyal because I like her.
Best.
Well, we'll just leave and y'all talk for the next.
Okay.
Y'all are y'all are welcome to hang until after we end the show as well. That's completely fine.
So I type angrily too. I learned how to type on a manual typewriter.
She
And
types with her
that's
horn. I've seen it.
why I do it. I type with my horn.
Did you get to the point where you were like slapping the barrel back to the other side? Or what is it, the print head?
Right. Whack.
Oh yeah, I did all of it.
Whack.
Yeah.
Sometimes with the left hand be a backhand.
Yeah.
Oh, you do the slap and whack.
All right, Foil, do you
I'll
want
shut up
to
now.
lead us out with prayer?
Certainly. All right. Father God, I just ask that you send your divine light down to the people in this community, the people on this chat, that you envelop them, that you give them hope where there is despair, that you give them guidance where there is confusion, that you give them peace where there is conflict, that you reach into their hearts and you send the loving and healing power of your Holy Spirit to walk them through their days and through their nights as we move into this era, that you just guide us in your light and guide us in your love. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
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 Real quick, also to Foxhole, I am waiting for my screen to unfreeze, and I'll release the lotto.
Release the scratching.
Yeah, it froze, so I gotta
Foil, it
reload
was
it.
so much fun having you on. That
Well,
was the
thanks
best.
for hanging. I know I tend to take things a little left. It's just the nature of my being.
Oh, it's fun.
No, we love it. We totally love it. And I love the call-ins today too.
Right.
Rebel Fire as usual is awesome. And Nick Walls, you can call in any day and tell us about your sightings.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of them. I have a lot of sightings.
Oh, see, I knew it.
Nice. All right, everybody, go ahead, get your scratch off, and thank you all for watching our show. Last, real quick, Michael Hill says unicorn or Miracle's unicorn is just a really skinny rhinoceros. I had to read that one. Love you all,
thanks,
and
guys.
hope y'all have a great evening.
Good night.
Oh,
Good night.
one last thing. We are off next week, so we will see you in 2 weeks. Peace.